Welcome back, Gooners and Goonettes, to another news video. Today I got for you stuff revolving around Capcom, Monster Hunter, and Steam, and we'll talk about Call of Duty really briefly. First of all, we're going to cover Steam actually hit an all-time high over the past weekend for concurrent players logged into Steam. I believe they got, right over here. Steam hit another new player record this weekend with more than 40 million people online at the same time. So this is actually, a lot of people are giving all the credit to Monster Hunter Wilds, which 100% is the reason. But obviously, there's a lot of good games out now. Steam has been one of the best stores of all time for forever now. So it's just been climbing in terms of player count, player base that has the Steam shop since it came out. It's been going up every year. Obviously, more people are going to PC or console as well over time. So this contributes. But 100% Monster Hunter Wilds contributed to this and pushed them over the peak, which they were always edging by because Steam has been on a roll. Because Monster Hunter Wilds got 1.38 million concurrent players on Saturday night. And then apparently that was repeated again on Sunday with a little bit less, like 1.3736 or whatever it was. Monster Hunter Wilds is actually the best concurrent players that Capcom has ever had for a Monster Hunter game, as well as it is, I think, 3 times the next highest one has got on Steam, which was Rise, I believe. So obviously it's had a fantastic launch, and this has actually helped Steam push up and go over the player count, which you think would lead to mostly positive reviews, mostly positive, garnership from the fans. But if you go on Steam, or at least as of right now, recording this video, the reviews are actually mixed, and that may be shocking to a lot of people. But the reviews are mixed because of a lot of performance issues, which has been happening a lot for any game that comes to PC. It feels like any Japanese studio, Sony, whatever, that released something on console that then brings it to PC just doesn't keep it up to snuff so it can run on PC and do what we need it to do on PC. Because apparently it is having a lot of performance issues across the board. This can range from graphics, stuttering, the game crashing, a lot of errors popping up, things not loading correctly, bugs. This seems to be mostly an issue on the Steam page. Because it's actually sitting at mixed, which, you think there's going to be a lot of negative reviews at the main player basis, but for it to sit, I think it was at 57% positive. On some sites, SteamDB actually said it was at 47% positive. For basically half, or depending on who you rely on, I think DB is a little bit more accurate. More than half of the players on Steam leave a negative review on Monster Hunter. That shows this thing is not well optimized at all. And once again, like always, Steam has been getting, the shaft of the situation here. You can see some reviews, which I'm going to zoom in here and let you guys see, which I was looking through on stream last night or a few nights ago as well. I went through a lot more than this, but this is some that PC Gamer has posted. The game's everything wrong with PC optimization 2025, which I fully agree with. You can see this with The Last of Us, anything that comes out. Even the God of War games were not great on day one. Hooked Data Voucher should not exist. You should be able to free that to your character. That's also another controversial topic, but that's not the main one I saw. And even some people that do give reviews do say, they don't show them here, but we're looking through it on stream, do say that while it's good and they're leaving a like, it doesn't run well. And we're seeing this, obviously, if you're running a 10 series, it's going to happen. People are seeing it with the 20 series, 30 series, and I've even seen a few reviews with the 40 series. So the one thing, my pet peeve is people who go, oh, I have a 4070 Ti, which is what I have, and I have no issues with it. Cool. But then there's Jimmy over here who has a 4070 Ti, and they're having issues. That's because when it comes to this level, it's above what your graphics card is. This is something that's poorly optimized, and some graphics cards are going to get lucky and load things properly, and some things aren't just going to work for another player. It can be on the same CPU, GPU. It can be on anything. If it's not well optimized, that shit can crash, right? That shit's not going to work. Perfect example for me was the Dead Space remaster. On my 2060, it ran like crap. Some people said it ran fine on their 2060. I was getting a slideshow at the end of one of my streams on the final game. I even booted it back up on my 4070 Ti, and I was still getting stutters. It's at that point, it's just a terrible porn. But you'll see people go in the comments all the time, Monster Hunter Wilds, Dead Space Remastered is an example, and say, well, I have a 4060, and I've never had a problem, but you guys need to upgrade your shit. People have better stuff than you and are having issues. Sure, it's not everyone, and it's less common with higher graphics cards, but it's happening, and that is just poor optimization, and hopefully this gets sorted out. And the people that sit there and go, well, oh, you need to upgrade your shit or whatever, you're defending the company for releasing a shit port, and we know it's a shit port because half the people, or more than half, are giving a negative review. That's above the upgrade your PC at this point. That is, there's something wrong here, right? But besides that, this is still way better than what's going on with Call of Duty. I don't know if you guys heard Call of Duty, along with all the AI stuff that's happening, where they're using AI for their calling cards, and they're maybe going to start going into AI voices as well. We'll see how that goes. Call of Duty just postponed its season 3 because they don't have stuff done. So as much as this, like, this is a big negative and we should accept it, like Monster Hunter Wilds, like it's 50-50 in reviews right now, which is not good. It's still doing better than a lot of companies right now, like Activision, who Call of Duty has actually hit its lowest player base in, I think, forever almost. I'll have to double check this, but I think forever it's hit its lowest player base. No one's playing Black Ops 6 right now. I played Black Ops 6 for like a month straight, and like no one's on this on Steam at least right now. Its count is atrociously low, and that's because of the poor optimization. You know, people weren't a big fan of the Tomb zombie map, and just, you know, a lack of updates and the game feeling dry and crappy practices by Activision. But then you go over here, think, well, we could crap on the optimization. This is still a positive news story for Monster Hunter Wilds, with it got over basically 1.4 million players on Steam and bumped Steam up. This is just more proof for other game companies and games that they need to release their games on PC and Steam. I'm telling you, man, I say it all the time. If Nintendo committed and just went, hey, let's drop our old games, like 5-10 years old games on Steam, they would make a quadrillion, trillion, billion, gazillion dollars, right? Like if the game's 5 years old, you don't need to gatekeep it. Drop it on Steam, give Steam the 30%, whatever, and make money, right? That's my own like little take and bias. I think Nintendo is really fumbling overall. But this is just insane. Steam is becoming even a bigger shop, and there's already number 1 in the world, to an even bigger shop, and games like Monster Hunter Wilds are just benefiting from this, because the insane numbers from this, Wukong, Elden Ring, a lot of games have had insane numbers recently, and I think this is a trend that's going to keep continuing with Steam, just like my other news story, just being player friendly, evolving, and all these companies actually coming over and dropping their games on Steam. Overall, I did want to cover some of the negatives with the Call of Duty and the Monster Hunter Wilds negative reviews. I don't condone, you know, putting down half the reviews because, oh, it runs fine for me. That's never a good reason to put down a negative review. Performance is something that should always be treated seriously, unless someone says they specifically has like a 10 or maybe an early, even a 20, then it's like, okay, you need to upgrade. But people are saying this with 30s and 40s, and people are still shutting them down, which is not on their end. If it's that big at that point, it is a developer issue. But I wanted to cover this. Incredible work from Capcom. I plan to maybe check out Monster Hunter Wilds. I was a big fan of Monster Hunter World, but I've not dipped my toes into Monster Hunter again, so we'll see. I might replay World on stream first before I do that. But this has really got me thinking about it, and once again, congrats to Steam and Monster Hunter for getting insane numbers this past weekend, and I think Steam is just going to get even more numbers because they're already edging that top line, because the 1.3 mil was great, but obviously that wasn't like crazy. If they're already within 1.3 mil of their highest of all time, Steam is doing fantastic right now. Yeah, but I think that's all I have for you guys. I'll see you guys on stream. Have a fantastic week or day. I'll see you whenever the next news video comes out, whatever I find worth reporting on. And yeah, that's it. Adios.